These are the mysterious ruins of Pumapunku, nearly 13,000 feet.
It is the most intriguing ancient site on the planet.
Over thousands of years ago, humans were already creating intricate cave paintings and crafting perfectly cut stones. Skills that defy everything we thought we knew about early civilizations. Now, scientists have uncovered a structure that shouldn't exist, pushing the boundaries of what we consider possible for a society so ancient.
Is just sitting down here underneath the ocean, just off the modern city. It's amazing.
Archaeologists uncover notched logs that may be the oldest known wooden structure, built nearly 500,000 years ago. This discovery predates modern humans and rewrites early construction history. In a groundbreaking discovery, archaeologists have uncovered the oldest known wooden structure, which dates back to 476,000 years ago. This incredible find was made along the Kalambo River in Zambia at a site called Kalambo Falls. The structure consists of two interlocking logs, which were connected by a notch. This discovery is significant because it was made long before Homo sapiens even existed, suggesting that early human ancestors were capable of creating more complex structures than previously thought. Interestingly, wooden artifacts rarely survive over such long periods because they tend to break down. However, in this case, the water near the waterfall helped preserve the wood, allowing it to survive for hundreds of thousands of years. According to Larry Barham, an archaeologist at the University of Liverpool and a co-author of the study, pre-Homo sapiens were capable of planning and constructing things, something that was previously considered beyond their ability. Before this find, the oldest wooden structure was thought to be only 9,000 years old. This new discovery changes everything and forces researchers to rethink the use of wood by early humans. While other wooden tools have been found from around 400,000 years ago, this is the first known instance of a wooden structure. The logs found at Kalambo Falls may have been part of a platform used for fishing or another purpose, though it's unclear exactly how it was used. In addition to the logs, the team found other wooden artifacts, including a sharpened stick, a wedge, and a notched branch. These items suggest that early humans were already shaping wood for different purposes, such as digging or hunting. The artifacts were dated using a technique called luminescence dating, which involves studying the minerals in the surrounding sand. The discovery has led many archaeologists, like Bianca Maria Aranguren, to suggest that more waterlogged sites should be studied. These environments have the potential to preserve ancient wooden artifacts that are rarely found in dry areas. This discovery at Kalambo Falls is just the beginning of what could be many more exciting findings about early human technology and woodworking. If you're as amazed by these mind-blowing ancient discoveries as we are, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share your thoughts on how these structures were built, and stay tuned for more fascinating discoveries that challenge history itself. The oldest known structure in South Africa's oldest human-made paintings in South Africa's ancient sites reveals an unexpectedly rich and ancient human history. In South Africa, archaeologists discovered a small but significant piece of history. The artifact is a flake of stone, about 1.5 inches long, found in Blombos Cave. This simple piece of silcrete, a mineral formed from sand and gravel, may change what we know about early human behavior. The stone was marked with a series of scratch-like lines made from ochre, a red pigment, suggesting that early humans were already creating art 73,000 years ago. What makes this discovery remarkable is its age. Until now, the oldest known drawings were from caves in Spain and Indonesia, but these marks predate them by about 30,000 years. This pushes back the timeline of when humans began to make art, challenging previous ideas about when modern behaviors like drawing began. Upon closer examination, experts determined that the markings were intentionally made. The lines were scratched into the stone using ochre, which is an iron-rich material. The marks resemble a crosshatch pattern, not unlike a modern hashtag. This is an important finding because it shows that early humans in South Africa were already experimenting with abstract forms of expression, possibly even using the design for a symbolic purpose. The discovery was made by Christopher Henshelwood and his team, who have been excavating Blombos Cave for years. The site has already yielded other significant finds, like beads made from shells and tools used for hunting. These findings suggest that early Homo sapiens were more advanced than previously thought. Researchers believe that the markings may have been part of a larger design, and the stone might have originally been part of a grindstone used to make ochre pigment. Interestingly, the stone was found by accident. The team was washing through dirt and ash when they stumbled upon the fragment. While the meaning behind the markings remains unclear, the discovery is seen as a key step in understanding the cognitive abilities of early humans. Some researchers believe it could be the first known form of human art, a sign that early Homo sapiens were capable of abstract thought. Overall, this discovery at Blombos Cave not only rewrites parts of history, but also leaves many questions unanswered. What did these marks mean? Were they just decorative, or did they serve a deeper purpose? Only time will tell. The Baalbek stones, some of the heaviest stones ever cut, and somehow they ended up in perfect alignment thousands of years ago. The Baalbek stones, found in Baalbek, ancient Heliopolis, Lebanon, are some of the largest stone blocks ever discovered. These stones were part of a Roman temple complex, and they're famous for their massive size. The mystery around how these stones were moved and placed still puzzles archaeologists. Although their exact history is unclear, these stones date back over 2,000 years to the Roman era. To start, there are 6 large stone blocks at Baalbek. The first 3, known as the Trilithon, form part of the podium wall of the Temple of Jupiter Baal. Each of these stones weighs around 750 to 800 tons. These blocks are 19 meters long, 4.2 meters high, and 3.6 meters thick. It's believed that the Romans moved these blocks along temporary earthen banks using rollers, as the quarry was located on a hill slightly higher than the temple. Next, there are 3 more enormous stones found in the nearby quarry. The stone of the pregnant woman is estimated to weigh around 1,000 tons. It lies 900 meters away from the temple complex and is one of the most famous stones due to its perfect condition and unique angle. Local legends tell various stories about why it's named this way, including one about a pregnant woman who claimed she could move the stone, but only if people fed her. Moving on, the Stone of the South, discovered in the 1990s, weighs 1,242 tons and is larger than the stone of the pregnant woman. It has similar dimensions, measuring 19.5 to 20.5 meters long and 4.5 meters high. This monolith was forgotten for centuries before being rediscovered in the quarry. Finally, the Forgotten Stone is the largest of them all, weighing approximately 1,500 tons. It was found in 2014 and remains in the quarry. The stone measures 19.6 meters long, 6 meters wide, and at least 5.5 meters high, making it the largest known quarried stone. In conclusion, these stones remain a mystery. Their size and weight, along with the fact that they were never fully moved from the quarry, continue to raise questions. Despite many archaeological expeditions, no one knows for sure how they were transported and placed. The Bosnian Pyramids. If true, this discovery could rewrite everything we know about ancient civilizations. In 2005, a Bosnian businessman named Sam Osmanagic claimed to have discovered the world's oldest pyramids in Bosnia. His announcement sparked excitement and curiosity around the world. Osmanagic believed these pyramids were built around 12,000 years ago, making them older than the pyramids of Egypt. He called them the Pyramids of the Sun and the Pyramid of the Moon, and claimed that they formed part of a complex that was larger and more advanced than any other pyramid system ever discovered. At first, Osmanagic thought the hills in the Visoko Valley, located just north of Sarajevo, were simply natural formations. However, after studying the area more, he became convinced that the shape of the hills, especially Visotica Hill, resembled pyramids. Osmanagic argued that the structures were created by an ancient civilization that had advanced building techniques long before the rise of known ancient cultures like the Egyptians. His claims were bold. He said the pyramids were 12,000 years old and were built during a time when most of Europe was still covered in ice. Despite his enthusiasm, experts quickly questioned Osmanagić's claims. Geologists and archaeologists from around the world came to visit the site and offered different explanations. They argued that the formations were simply natural hills shaped by millions of years of geological activity. For example, core samples from the area showed that the rocks and layers found in the hills were consistent with other natural formations in the region. Experts like Robert Schoch, a well-known geologist, described Osmanagić's findings as completely mundane and not spectacular from a geological point of view. Moreover, Osmanagić suggested that some of the rocks at the site were made of concrete, a theory that was quickly debunked. However, his claims gained attention, and the site became a tourist attraction. Over 400,000 people visited the location, many hoping to witness the ancient pyramids for themselves. Despite the doubts of the scientific community, the Bosnian government and locals have embraced the discovery. They see it as a chance to boost tourism and revitalize the region. The controversy continues, but the mystery of the Bosnian pyramids remains, with new claims and findings emerging every year. The Sacsayhuaman walls. No mortar, no modern tools, just impossibly precise stonework that still baffles engineers. Sacsayhuaman is an ancient citadel located on the northern outskirts of Cusco, Peru. Built by the Incas in the 15th century, this site was constructed primarily during the rule of Sapa Inca Pachacuti and his successors. At an altitude of 3,701 meters, 12,142 feet, the complex is known for its impressive dry stone walls made of large, carefully cut stones. These stones fit so tightly together that it is difficult to see any gaps between them, which has fascinated many historians and archaeologists. In 1983, the site, along with the city of Cusco, was recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, highlighting its cultural and historical importance. Today, Sacsayhuaman is a major tourist attraction, drawing visitors from around the world who marvel at its construction and its role in Inca history. Interestingly, the construction methods used by the Incas at Sacsayhuaman remain a topic of debate. Vince Lee, an author and architect, has proposed a theory on how these massive stones were moved into place. According to Lee, the stones were carved precisely before being placed in their final positions. They were then lifted using a system of logs and ramps. Lee's team conducted small-scale experiments to replicate this method, achieving limited success. They found that while they couldn't achieve the same level of precision as the Incas, with more practice, it could be possible. Another intriguing aspect of Sacsayhuaman is the use of large megaliths. Lee and his team also attempted experiments in Ollantaytambo, a nearby site, to move stones similar in size to those at Sacsayhuaman. In one experiment, they tried lowering a 1-ton stone down a mountain, but the stone rolled uncontrollably, suggesting that the Incas must have had more control over such movements to avoid accidents. Today, Sacsayhuaman is not only a historical and archaeological site, but also a place for modern Peruvian celebrations. Locals continue to celebrate the annual Inti Raymi festival near the site, marking the winter solstice and the new year. Additionally, the site serves as a space for outdoor activities like jogging and Tai Chi, blending ancient history with present-day life. The Pumapunku site. The level of precision here is so advanced it raises more questions than answers. Pumapunku, also known as Pumapunku, is an ancient archaeological site located near Tiwanaku, Bolivia. This monumental complex, built around the 6th century, is famous for its carefully constructed terraced platform mound and sunken court. The site was part of the Tiwanaku culture, which is believed to have been an advanced civilization in the Andes. Pumapunku was an important structure for the people of Tiwanaku, and its purpose is still a mystery. Construction at Pumapunku likely began around AD 536 and continued for several centuries. The site includes massive stone blocks, some of which are among the largest found in the region. These blocks are made of red sandstone and andesite, which were transported from quarries up to 90 kilometers, 56 miles away. Archaeologists still debate the method of transporting and placing these giant stones. Some believe ancient labor forces used ramps, inclined planes, or llama skin ropes to move the stones into place. The stones at Pumapunku are particularly notable for their precise cutting and fitting. The walls are constructed using large blocks that fit together like a giant puzzle. Many stones feature small T-shaped holes, which are thought to have been used to interlock them with other stones. Some experts, like Jean-Pierre Protzin, suggest that the angles at which the stones were cut show advanced knowledge of geometry. The precision of the stonework at Pumapunku remains one of its most mysterious and impressive features. In addition to the impressive architecture, Pumapunku is also known for its miniature gateways, which are replicas of larger gateways that once stood at the site. These gateways were made from the same andesite material and showed intricate carvings, such as the T-shaped cramp sockets. Fragments of these gateways have been found at the site, and they provide clues about the original structure of Pumapunku. The Tiwanaku culture, which built Pumapunku, also believed that this site was the location where the world was created, adding a spiritual significance to its already fascinating history. Despite its age and the lack of written records, Pumapunku continues to be an important site for archaeologists and historians trying to understand the mysteries of ancient civilizations. The Chichen Itza pyramids, step pyramids, are so precise that they function as calendars and amplifiers of sound. Chichen Itza, located in Mexico's Yucatan state, is an ancient city built by the Maya people during the Terminal Classic period. This city, which began to develop around 600 AD, grew into one of the largest and most influential Maya cities. It flourished until about 900 AD and continued to be a key site into the early post-classic period. The ruins of Chichen Itza showcase a blend of architectural styles influenced by both central Mexico and the northern Maya lowlands. In the 10th century, Chichen Itza became a regional capital, controlling large areas from central Yucatan to the northern coast. This rise to power occurred as other cities like Yaxuna and Coba, once powerful allies, started to decline. The city's influence spread as it became the center of political, economic, and cultural life in the northern Maya lowlands. The ruins of Chichen Itza reflect its importance, with structures such as the Pyramid of El Castillo and the observatory known as El Caracol. The discovery of Chichen Itza traces back to the early 19th century when explorers first began documenting the site. Over time, archaeologists uncovered the city's complex history, including evidence of its rise and eventual decline. The city's elite center, focused around the Extoloc cenote, is one of the key areas of interest. The city's hieroglyphic inscriptions, with the earliest dating back to 832 AD and the latest from 998 AD, provide important clues about its history. However, Chichen Itza's decline remains somewhat mysterious. According to some ancient sources, the city fell to a ruler named Hunakchil from Mayapan in the 13th century. There are different theories about how and why Chichen Itza declined, with some research suggesting the city might have lost its power before the rise of Mayapan. Despite the decline, the city remained an important site for local Maya people, and the Cenote Sagrado continued to be a place of pilgrimage even after the Spanish arrived. Today, Chichen Itza remains one of Mexico's most popular tourist destinations, attracting millions of visitors each year. It stands as a testament to the creativity and advanced knowledge of the Maya civilization. The Great Zimbabwe Ruins, a mystery carved in stone, built by Africans long before outsiders ever set foot on the continent. Great Zimbabwe is a remarkable site in the southeastern hills of modern-day Zimbabwe, near Masvingo. It was settled around 1000 AD and became the capital of the Kingdom of Zimbabwe by the 13th century. The city, which is the largest stone structure in pre-colonial southern Africa, was built by the ancestors of the Shona people. Its peak population may have reached up to 18,000 people, and the city covered an area of 7.22 square kilometers. Great Zimbabwe was abandoned in the 16th or 17th century, but its impressive ruins still stand today as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The city is divided into several parts: the Hill Complex, the Valley Complex, and the Great Enclosure. These were built at different times and served various purposes, with the Great Enclosure likely being the royal residence. This section of the city has 11-meter-high walls made of dry stone, meaning no mortar was used in their construction. The great enclosure was built during the 13th and 14th centuries and might have also served for public rituals. The first written mention of Great Zimbabwe came in 1531 when Vicente Pegado, a Portuguese captain, recorded the ruins as Simbawi. However, European explorers didn't visit the site until the late 19th century. Excavations began in 1871, and over time, Great Zimbabwe became a subject of heated debate. Some early archaeologists were pressured by the colonial government to deny that black Africans built the site. This controversy, known as the Zimbabwe Controversy, continued until the 1950s when scholars finally accepted that it was constructed by the indigenous Shona people. Unfortunately, the ruins have suffered extensive damage. From the 1890s to the 1920s, European antiquarians looted and destroyed much of the site. These actions greatly hindered later archaeological work, as many artifacts and important layers were removed. In addition, mining and reconstruction attempts in the 20th century caused further harm. Today, the site faces challenges from weathering, erosion, and the damage caused by visitors climbing the walls and walking over the structures. Despite these challenges, Great Zimbabwe remains an important symbol of African history and culture. The lost city of the monkey god? Buried deep in the Honduran jungle, this mythical city stunned explorers when it turned out to be real. In the dense forests of Honduras, explorers have stumbled upon the ruins of an ancient, unknown city that had remained hidden for centuries. This remarkable discovery is often linked to the legendary City of the Monkey God, or Ciudad Blanca, a mythical city thought to exist deep in the jungles of Central America. The team of archaeologists led by Mesoamerican expert Christopher Fisher uncovered a complex of mounds, plazas, and an earthen pyramid that might belong to a culture that vanished over 1,000 years ago. Interestingly, the site was untouched by looters, which is rare for a discovery of this magnitude. Among the items found were beautifully carved stone sculptures, including ceremonial seats and vessels, some with intricate carvings of animals such as snakes, vultures, and what appeared to be a jaguar figure, possibly tied to ritualistic practices. These findings suggest that the civilization may have had a deeply spiritual culture, possibly involving shamanic practices, as seen in the were-jaguar head found on site. The city was first identified using advanced aerial mapping technology called LiDAR, which allowed the team to survey the land without cutting through the thick jungle. The LiDAR scans revealed the outlines of the city's structures, confirming that the area had been altered by human hands long ago. This helped the team locate what they believe are the remains of a large pre-Columbian city, which had been completely hidden by the dense rainforest. As the team continued to explore, they also found evidence of advanced urban planning, with signs of irrigation systems and giant earthworks that once supported this lost civilization. However, the exact identity of the people who lived there remains unknown. The artifacts discovered suggest that this culture was not part of the well-known Maya civilization, but represents a completely separate group. Sadly, the newly discovered site is under threat. The forests around the valley, once home to untouched wildlife, are now facing deforestation due to illegal logging for cattle ranching. This has raised concerns about the long-term preservation of the site, as the Honduran government lacks the resources to fully protect the area. Experts are calling for international support to safeguard this priceless piece of history. The underwater city of Dwarka, hidden for thousands of years underwater, this lost city could be proof that legends are rooted in truth. Dwarka, an ancient city mentioned in the Mahabharata, is believed to have sunk beneath the Arabian Sea after Lord Krishna's death. This city, located at the western tip of India's Gujarat state, has been a subject of mystery and religious significance for centuries. However, the question remains, was it real or just a myth? Recently, underwater archaeologists have been searching for evidence of the lost city's existence. Over the years, some findings have emerged, including stone blocks, pillars, and remnants of ancient structures submerged in the sea near modern-day Dwarka. Despite these discoveries, the exact age of these artifacts is still uncertain, and many questions remain unanswered. In the 1930s, researchers began their exploration of the area, and more studies followed in the 1960s. By 1979, the Archaeological Survey of India had found pottery and artifacts suggesting the existence of an ancient city in this location. Between 1983 and 1990, additional excavations revealed what appeared to be the foundations of a fortified city. Some scholars believe that this might be the legendary Dwarka, but the exact dating of these structures is still up for debate. The underwater findings include stone blocks and pillars, some of which date back to around 2,000 years ago. These discoveries hint at the existence of a well-planned, fortified city with advanced infrastructure. One theory suggests that Dwarka might have been built on reclaimed land about 3,500 years ago and later submerged as sea levels rose. The region has experienced fluctuating sea levels, which may have contributed to the city's sinking. Interestingly, the search has uncovered evidence of what might have been a busy port. Numerous anchors have been found, suggesting that Dwarka was a thriving hub for trade. Archaeologists believe that the city might have served as an entry point for traders from the Arabian regions, further linking it to historical maritime routes. Despite all these discoveries, there is still much about Dwarka that remains a mystery. Some theories connect the city's fall to divine retribution, as described in the Mahabharata, while others point to natural causes like earthquakes or rising sea levels. The underwater exploration continues, with archaeologists hoping to uncover more about this lost city and its ancient history. In conclusion, the discovery of a 1,000-year-old structure challenges everything we thought we knew about ancient civilizations and their capabilities. Despite all our advancements, we are still left in awe of the precision and innovation these ancient societies demonstrated. The mystery surrounding how they achieve such feats without modern tools or knowledge continues to baffle scientists. As more of these incredible structures are uncovered, we are reminded that history holds secrets far beyond our imagination.